Why do some people rank on Google and others struggle to show up for even their own name? Hi, my name is Eric Lancheres, founder of Traffic Research and coached over 650 online businesses. I teach people how to rank and get massive amounts of traffic from Google. And I want to introduce you to my new series that I'm going to teach you how to do that, right? So how to get traffic and how to get pages that really rank on Google. So I want to show you a simple process for creating pages that rank. And I help you drive more traffic to your website and ultimately make more sales and have more money in your pocket. Because there is an abundance of traffic on the internet. There are millions, I'd say even billions of people searching each and every single day. And I want those people to be going to your website. So if you have a website that drives your business, right? So if you have a website that is responsible, the more people go to your website, the more money you make. This is absolutely for you. If you're thinking of starting a website that will drive your business, is also for you. So listen up, we're gonna increase your traffic. This is really the whole series. It is not a pitch. You are going to learn stuff and be able to implement and start ranking your website right now. So I hope you're excited. I want to show you exactly how to get your page and your website at the top of Google. Here I have my website at the top of Google. I'm going to show you how to do the exact same thing. I'm actually outranking Samsung for their own product in this example. So we're going to talk a bit more about that. I'm even going to show you the page and how it's been done. So you're going to learn a lot. Also, you're going to learn how to do this quickly so you have more time to run all the other stuff in your business. This is not a 4-year down the line program. This is stuff you could implement right now and stuff that doesn't necessarily take time. Also, if there is something that, hey, would take a bit more time, I'm going to show you how you don't have to do it and how you can get it outsourced so you can get results right now and also results while you sleep. The next thing is we're going to be talking about ranking web pages that produce sales. So not only are we going to be talking about just getting overall traffic, but I'm really focused on traffic that converts and makes sales and money in your pocket. So you're going to be able to experience more sales each and every day, because ultimately I want you to have more money so you could feed your family, do the things that you really want, have the freedom, have the life that this whole internet lifestyle or online business can allow and provide. There is a warning though. Always a warning, right? You have to go through this in steps. You have to follow the recipe. If you just jump ahead and you're like, oh yeah, I could do this, whatever, I don't need to. It's like baking a cake. You're just not gonna get the end result that you're looking for. So I'm gonna provide you with all the steps. So it's super simple. I'm gonna remove the overwhelm, but you have to follow the steps. So if you want, pull out a piece of paper and pen, take notes. I'll give you step by step a way to do it. And this is gonna work, but you have to follow the steps. I'm going to give you the recipe essentially. So one of the things that I often hear is that ranking can be challenging, right? There are a lot of pitfalls. And what I'm here to do is kind of like remove those pitfalls, give you a clear direction so you don't have to run into any of those pitfalls. And if you do, I will be there to kind of get you out of those and get you overcoming those pitfalls. Because ranking on Google, I don't know, if you feel that it's not easy, you are, you're right? Like it's not a mystery that there's some people that try that just don't succeed, but that is because they are not following the simple recipe. I'm going to give you the ABCs really of how simple it could be, and once you realize how straightforward it could be, you're going to see that the people that are not getting the results, it's because they're not doing it the right way. It's simple and plain as that. So I spent days and even weeks working on content and backlinks that did nothing. I've wasted a lot of time in my life. And what I'm going to do is share all the stuff that, I'm going to ignore all the stuff that didn't work. And I'm going to bring you the stuff that did work. So you don't have to go through all that trial and error. You just go and apply the stuff that does work and it gives immediate results. I'm also going to demystify the process to save you time, money, and also frustration. So you're going to get the stuff that is just go implement and work right away. I hope you're excited about this. So I'm going to present to you in my series the step-by-step ranking method, and it's the SEO simplified, because it's designed to remove overwhelm and all that stuff, all the baggage and all the things that people have tried in the past that doesn't work. This is going to eliminate all of that, where I'm just going to give you the stuff that is step-by-step and that works. All right, so if you're new to SEO or you've been doing SEO for over 8 years, this is for you. I've developed this because a lot of people, as I mentioned, are doing things wrong, and then they're saying that, hey, oh, SEO doesn't work anymore, we're having issues, but it's because they're doing things the wrong way. They're getting sidetracked. Like, for instance, I saw a beginner that was like getting into this thing, and he just wanted to sell supplements. And he just put up a web page that was super commercial and just sell, and it didn't have all the elements that Google was looking for. I saw so many mistakes, and I was like, man, you need to just do it the right way. But it's not only beginners. Like, I see experts that have had training like 2-3 years ago, but they're not doing the right things today because the game has changed. I want to give you the latest and greatest recipe, and they don't have a backlink process that works. They're still using older backlinks that just doesn't produce results, so they're struggling. So if you're a beginner, or even if you're advanced, this is for you. This is going to make everything a lot simpler. You're going to make either more money for yourself or more money for your clients, or you're just going to grow your business at a faster rate. All right, so here's why I'm helping you today. My name is Eric Lancheres, and I help businesses reinvent their SEO traffic, right? So what I used to do is I used to be a full-time affiliate marketer. I built up a small empire in dating, health, and the gaming industry. And I had a ton of websites ranking, getting a lot of traffic, making a lot of sales. That's what I used to do. And I used to not share any of my secrets with anyone because I was very protective because I want to rank, the best as possible. What happened is then there was a major Google change. And honestly, my sites, they were made to sell, but they weren't very high quality. They weren't well put together. It was just sell as fast as possible. And unfortunately, when that happened, I got crushed by the algorithm. I lost almost everything. And I don't know if you've ever been through that, but it is a dark time when you build something up and then you lose absolutely everything. It was devastating. It was really, really tough. I was broke. Because I didn't have that many investments. I lost almost all my money. And I struggled with my health at that point because I was so stressed. My girlfriend actually left me because I was like stressed and just not in the right state of my mind. I lost 90% of my income. I had kind of a team that I built up, so I had to let go of my writers, my staff. I could barely afford to pay rent. And honestly, I hit rock bottom at that point. All because I thought I had it figured out. I was just like, oh, let me just create this quick ranking pages and whatever. They're not going to be very good, but they're going to get sales. And then things changed. So I lost hope. At this point, I had friends with with e-commerce stores and review sites, service sites. I had other people depending on me, and they were getting eaten alive, and I just didn't have an answer for them. So not only was I screwed, but I felt like even all the people around me, I had nothing to offer them because I couldn't understand, and I didn't understand what was happening on Google, right? I just was like, man, I'm devastated here. And I realized that if I didn't figure out how to thrive and how to rank and how to get traffic back, my actual survival, I wouldn't be able to eat at this point if I didn't figure this out. So what I did is I pulled all my research together. So I took all the money that I had left, I borrowed money when I had to, and I ran tests. I started testing things left and right, and I went through a dark period where I was just running hundreds and hundreds of tests, spending thousands of dollars experimenting on my own sites to try to figure all of this out. So all the stuff I'm going to tell you today is stuff that I figured out, and most of it didn't work, right? So most of my tests didn't work, but 1 out of 10 tests did have an impact. So I took notes whenever things did work, and I was like, okay, well, this works and all this other stuff doesn't work. So I took notes and I put it into my new recovery plan. Now I pushed myself, and I pushed myself probably a bit further than I should have. I actually went through a burnout by doing this. I was so stressed out of my mind, and I took a toll on my health, and it was, I ended up being in a hospital at one point, and after that I was bedridden for a month. And against the advice of my doctors, I was still testing in bed with my laptop. I don't know if you've ever done that, but literally after thousands of hours and hundreds of tests and a bit of luck, I finally figured it out. I figured out how to get traffic on Google in a repeatable way, repeatable traffic, what Google is looking for, and I figured out the algorithm and how things really, really work, so I could build long-lasting, sustainable pages that get me a ton of traffic. I cracked the code, and then I was able to bounce back and recover my sites, huge amounts of traffic, 200% traffic growth in 3 days. And I just kept on doing it ever since. And because this was such a life-changing event, and I discovered the formula to kind of change and transform websites and grow traffic, I started sharing this with people. I shared it all over the world. I shared it at conferences. I've been teaching people and helping people along since that discovery, because I know where I was at, like just completely devastated. And that's why I teach today. That's why I help people get more traffic to their website, because I've gone through it and I know what it's like to be at the bottom, and then I know what it's like to be able to thrive. And now once you're able to thrive, you could do whatever you want. You could grow your business, you could go travel, you could triple, quadruple, everything. It's just, there's a world of possibilities. So now what I want, and I could do this, and I want that for you, is I could enter any market quickly and outrank companies for their own product name. So as I mentioned before, I'm outranking Samsung for their own product right now. And also I set up test sites, and the latest test site I set up did $1.4 million in sales from one small little test page. It's not even a giant website, it's one small little test page. And from organic traffic, it's generated over $1.4 million in sales. So this is the type of stuff that, it just gives you unlimited potential. And I want to share how to do that with you. So I hope you're excited. I hope you're with me, because this story is really not about me. It's about you. So I'm going to share with you the exact plan that I follow, the traffic cycle as I talk about it. And I'm going to show you how it's done, and so you can follow it step by step and really get the results, get the same results. Because I do what I preach, right? Like the stuff I'm sharing, this is stuff I do, and I know it works. It's not theory, it is practice. So I'm going to give you the exact recipe to make things easier. So there's a PDF down right below. You should download it if you want to take notes. There is the cycle in there, everything that you want. So just pause this video, download the PDF, and then resume watching. We're going to get you through the traffic cycle so you can start getting sales and traffic to your website right now. All right, cool. You ready? Let's get started. The path to massive traffic on Google is really, really simple. I broke it down, and essentially what you want to do is you want to figure out what people want on your website. You want to write about it. Then you tweak it using what I call Google food, and then you get links, and then you just repeat the process. It's really, 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 really simple. You just have to do it the right way. And what you end up doing is you end up circling it. So it is a cycle. You figure out what people want, you write about it, you tweak it so Google likes it. Sometimes you get links. Sometimes you don't even need to get links, because when you write it the right way, everything happens naturally. And then you just repeat. And you repeat. The faster the wheel turns, the more traffic you get. And then you grow your website as you go forward too. So what you get, let's say you get 10 visitors a day today, that 10 visitors a day kind of stays there, and then you kind of get 20, 30, 40, 100, 10,000, a million visitors. It's a snowball effect. So the people here's the first part, and this is the part that people most of the time get wrong. The first part is you have to figure out what people are looking for. So when people are trying to figure out what people are looking for, typically the more advanced SEO people are still doing it the wrong way. They're loading up keyword research tools to try to figure out what to write about. And here's the truth. If it's in your keyword research tool, it's too late. If it's already a keyword, it is too late. The worst thing you could do is go after long tail keywords that people have forgotten about. Now, I know if you've gone through different SEO courses, people might have taught this, right? They might have told you, okay, go after, you load up a keyword research tool, find long tail keywords, and those are the things that are, that are going to be the easiest to rank for it. I know people that are giving this advice have good intentions, but they're completely wrong. And if you're doing that, you're essentially doing SEO kind of like in hard mode. That's kind of what I have to say, because when you write about long forgotten keywords, like the long tail keywords, no one notices you. That means no links coming to your website and no traffic. So when you write about what people really want right now, or even better in the near future, everyone starts referencing you as the go-to place for that kind of information. People will come back to your website to check for updates, and people will link to you naturally. And that's how you end up in the search engines effortlessly. So if you want to do the SEO the hard way, then you could use a keyword research tool and find long tail keywords. But if you want to do it the easy way, you want to do it like this. Let me show you. So for instance, if you write something about something controversial that Donald Trump just did, no shortage of that. Well, people are going to want to read it, right? That's the thing. People are going to want to read something that just happened that's a little controversial. They're going to look it up. they're going to read it, and then they're going to share it, right? So you're going to get links, you're going to get people coming back looking for more. However, if you load up a keyword tool and then you find a keyword on Abraham Lincoln, then what's going to happen is there are very, very, very few people that are going to link to it. There are very few people that are going to share it. And if people are looking for it and happen to find your page, they probably won't come back to your website. So this is doing SEO the hard way, as opposed to writing about something in your industry that's just happening and people are looking for right now. That's the easy way. So let me give you a more down-to-earth example. I don't know if you a local example. If you write about a keyword like roof repair Montreal, someone that finds it is not going to want to link to you. They're not going to share this on social networks. They're not going to share this on anywhere. You're not going to get any links. People are not going to come back to your website. It's going to be doing SEO the hard way. However, if you write about something that's happening in your industry that just happened, so let's say there's a new roof, like Tesla just announced new solar panel roofs. If you were writing about that right when Tesla announced new solar panel roofs, everyone's going to be talking about that. Everyone's going to be linking to that. This is the type of stuff that will get links and traffic to your website. And then you could tell them about your business. Hey, we make roofs and we have roofs here. We have roofs there. We're really interested. We want to help you. So that's kind of like the big distinction between the old way of doing things, which is the hard way where you use a keyword tool and you try to find long tail keywords you can rank for, and writing about stuff that people really want to read right now. So how do you do that? Well, oh yeah, by the way, that is the main difference why some veterans, people who have been doing SEO for a long time, actually get beaten by new people that come in. Because if new people, if you've never really done SEO before, or you're just kind of coming in, or you're relatively new, they spend more time trying to figure out what people really want to read, and they spend less time on all the tweaking. But the thing that people really want to read right now, that's the important part. So sometimes people that have been in the game for a long period of time struggle, as opposed to people that just come in brand new and succeed right away. So whether you're on one camp or the other, I hope this kind of clears things up and says, oh yeah, this is going to change the game. So let me show you how I do it so you can get it right every single time. It's called the stock market mindset. And this is the key really to getting it right and writing about stuff that people want to read either right now or in the near future. So I think about it as investments. Whenever I'm thinking about what I'm going to write, I'm going to say, is this going to be hot very soon? Are people going to start searching for it like very soon? Is it going to spike up, or is it going to start crashing down? Now, if you take a look at Google, if you would have started writing about Google in 2006, it's kind of like an upward trend, right? So you write about it, and then people are going to keep on searching and searching and searching more for it and more for it, and people are going to be interested even more into that topic in the future. That is a great thing to write about. The next thing is going to be, Apple. If you would have written about Apple in 2005, then your stock would have gone up, right? So this is really about the timing. You want to write about stuff right before it peaks. If you would have written about Bombardier, however, in 2000, then things start crashing down. Let me just stop this fan. That would have been a horrible time to write about Bombardier. And a lot of people kind of do this type of thing where they're going to pull out a keyword tool, and a keyword tool is going to say, hey, here's how to burn a CD-ROM. Now, if you're writing about how to burn a CD-ROM, you're likely not going to get a lot of natural links. Not a lot of people are going to be searching for you in the future, and you're going to kind of get the, blockbuster syndrome where you write about a keyword that was getting traffic, but then ends up no one's searching for this anymore. So I don't know how many people are searching for how to burn a CD-ROM these days, but I'm guessing it's kind of low, especially compared to back in the day, right? So what you want to do when you're writing for keywords and you're writing for topics, you want to figure out what's going to be happening in the very near future, what's happening right now, and what's going to be spiking up, and what our people are going to be looking for like crazy in the next week, in the next month, in the next 3 months. The benefits of this is when you're the first one to cover that topic, you're going to rank #1 with little to no competition because, you're one of the first ones there. The next thing is once you get to that #1 position, Google establishes this thing called the click-through rate. So you're really hard to dethrone. Once you have your result in the #1 spot, it's really hard for it to kind of move down. It's much harder to get the #1 spot when you're late to the party as opposed to just being in the #1 spot and then having other people trying to take you down. So establishing a good click-through rate and being in a number one position, I'm going to show you how that's going to help you stay there. And also you're going to get natural links when you are in number one position. So the thing is, when you are in number one position, whenever people are writing about the topic after you, so let's say you're the first one to write about the new virtual reality headset. Well, everyone else that's covering the topic the months or the weeks after is going to be researching things, researching that topic in order to write about it. Well, the beauty is everyone does their research on Google. So if you're the number one spot, all the subsequent articles that are going to be coming out within the next few weeks, they're all going to be referencing you as the reference because you're at the top of Google. So you're going to get a whole bunch of natural links just by being the first one there. So it's really about figuring out what people want to read and then predicting that and kind of being the one that writes about it first. Also, you're going to get a lot of auto-generated links, so kind of just, they're not going to be very strong, but you get a whole bunch of links. And on the right-hand side, I have an example of how this works. We were one of the first ones to write about a topic, and we just got a whole bunch of natural links that came in without us doing a single thing. We didn't lift a single finger. Well, I did lift a finger to type stuff, but I didn't do any of these links, and they just came in naturally because of this technique. So that's what I call doing, writing and doing SEO like the easy way. So here's how I figure out what people are going to want. And this is down almost to a science right now. So first of all, if you've never used it, you want to use Google Trends. You go to google.com/trends, and there Google will tell you, hey, is it going up? Is it going down? It's essentially the stock market, but for topics around the world. So here's an example of where you want to write and what you don't want to write. So I tend to compare terms, and here are some drone names. So there's DJI Phantom 3. It's been going kind of steady for a while. DJI Phantom 4, and you could see where the spike was, right? So you can see if you wrote about it in January, around January 2016, it would have spiked right after like crazy. So you want to write about it right before it spikes, and when it spikes, that's when you're going to get all the bulk of the traffic. Now, we're looking at DJI Phantom 5. That's coming up. It's just starting to bubble, right? And this is when you want to strike and you want to get that piece of content out. So when it does spike, like the DJI Phantom 4, you're on top and you're getting all the benefits from it. So that's really the key to predicting and figuring out, hey, what do people really want to search for? What do people want to read? Or what are people going to want to read next week? Let me give you another example. This is just in SEO, and there are algorithm names. So Google Panda has been out for a while, but when they release a new update, everyone starts writing about it. Everyone's interested again. So that's when you start getting a lot of references and a lot of things. So if you write about it right before it spikes, that is the perfect time to cover that topic. Now, here's also another example. Now, I'm going to show you the Gear VR, and we actually wrote right before the spike, which is why we got so many natural backlinks. Just before the spike, it ranked number one, got hundreds of backlinks back to the website, thousands of visitors, and we haven't had to do anything else apart from that. So it's one of the beauties of hitting and writing at the right time. So this is why I said, hey, in a whole cycle, this is one of the most important parts. Now, here is another example in cars, and here is going to be an example. What if there is no perfect time? So yeah, exactly. So sometimes you're in markets where things are relatively stable. Well, Google is actually just going to tell you. What you could do is from the Google Trends page, you could actually just scroll down and Google will tell you what the breakout terms. Now you could set this to 12 months, 6 months, or even 90 days. And it's going to tell you, like, here, our algorithm has detected that this is about to explode, or this is exploding right now, just starting. So I don't know what hydroxy cut next gen is, maybe a product name, but apparently that's up 250% and it's rising. Or liraglutida, whatever that is. It's a breakout term. I have no idea, but this is why Google is so good at telling you, like, hey, this is exploding right now. So this is essentially telling you what you could write about and figure out in a very scientific, backed by data, things that people are going to be searching for. So the next way I figure out what people are going to want to search for is I use social media. So there's two places I go to. First is going to be Reddit r/futurology. You go in there, You could click on pretty much anything, click on the top and search your keyword. You're going to be able to find what's coming out in your industry in the near future. So we're going to have like, solar panels, we have like autonomous cars, we have like restaurants with special, new food delivery or new way to order. We have all these things that are happening out in pretty much every single industry. You type in, food, water, you can type in services, all this stuff, and you're going to get suggestions for things that are just about to happen in here. The next place I love to go to is going to be Facebook groups, where people are discussing rumors, and also forums where people are discussing upcoming products, things that are just coming up, and that can give you great ideas for like, oh yeah, people care about this and they're going to care a lot about this in a week when this is released, right? So that's where you get the inside information. After that, this is my personal favorite fresh search technique. So I was hesitant to share this, but I really want you to be able to get the advantage over pretty much everyone else. And if you use this, you're going to be able to quickly figure out and make a hell of a lot of money. So here's how you do it. You type in keywords, so any industry, any product, or anything that you want, and then you add release date. Then what you do is you set the time to 1 month. What happens is you find out all the releases that are coming out in 1 month. So I put in 3D printers and I put in release date. So what I did is I found all the press releases saying that they're going to announce and they're going to release all the 3D printers in the next month. So they're like, oh, this one's coming out the next month, the Ultimaker 3 is coming out in the next month, and so forth. And it essentially tells you everything that's coming out within the next week, within the next month, within the next few months. Then all you need to do is cover that topic. This is an unbelievable way to be able to uncover the things that are going to be hot within a few weeks and a few months. You could even do this with companies. So you could do it with product names, but here I'm giving you an example where I'm doing it with Asus. Asus release date is talking about how new phone is coming out, their new laptops coming out, and they're telling you, okay, well, in May, in June, in April, this is going to come out. In December, this is going to come out. They tell you exactly when things are going to come out, so you could be ahead of the game. They are essentially telling you what people are going to be excited about and writing about in the near future, so you just jump ahead and beat all of them. This is one of my best techniques, and it's made me a lot of money, and if you use it, I know it's going to make you a lot of money. So here's an example with DJI release date, and they're telling you like, hey, we're going to have this new drone being released. It is unbelievable how useful this is. The next way, and this is a best for advanced industries, is a Scholar and patent technique, where you go to scholar.google.com and you could type in pretty much any keyword, hard, complicated ones, and you're going to get all the new developments, all the new techniques, all the new patents, all the new research, where you're going to be able to see and peer into the future in pretty much any industry what's coming out. So I typed in more difficult stuff here. I didn't do easy stuff. I did more difficult things like adhesive tape. I was like, well, that might be a tricky one if you're trying to figure out what's going to come out, right? And here you have all the adhesive tape developments. So adhesive tape for solar assembly, adhesive tape, I think probably for medical uses. These are all great topics that are going to be very interesting in the near future, because now they're just developing it. So you can even set the time, like since 2015, since 2016. Also, in pop culture, sometimes we'll hear about this new study that was done that found this finding, and they kind of bring it to life. This is where you're going to find that source of material of that new study. So you could quote a study here and write a whole article of a new discovery, and you're going to go absolutely viral on the internet. People are going to link to you left and right, share your stuff. It is unbelievable the amount of gems that you can find in here. And I'm sharing it with you because I really want you to be able to rank and get all the traffic that you want for your business and for your website. Cool. The last one is going to be one for more local, for more static industries. So things that don't seem to change or happen a lot. And this, you can pretty much apply it anywhere. You take any industry, local or either old industry or tough markets, and in each market, there's always events or professional equipment is coming out or rule changes. So I'm giving you an example here. I type in CES 2017 pictures. So you take any market, and then if you look for pictures of the events, people are going to be very interested. And CES 2017 or 2018 or whenever you want, whatever your industry is having an event, that is going to become a keyword. People are going to link to it. So for instance, looking at CES, if you were to cover that event, and write about that event, this one page from CNET got 1,620 backlinks just from covering this one event. So they took pictures and they posted the pictures, and all these people started linking to them in a very short period of time just because they're covering the event. So if you're local, maybe you're gonna have a local event. And here's an example in Vancouver. This was a local event. They covered it. They got a ton of backlinks back just for covering the local event. So if you're in, let's say, Montreal, you're in Vancouver, you're in New York, you're in, Austin, you're in Sydney, anywhere in the world, you're gonna have local events, and by covering those events, you're going to get those local links that is gonna help increase your website's traffic, increase your website's rankings. Next thing is going to be new rules, some new laws, new legislations. They're happening all the time in every single industry, even though most people might not hear about them, but you could bring them to life. And that industry is going to be very, very interested in that new law that you could just tell to everyone. So for instance, in the drone market, they wrote about the new rules for drones. This got a ton of backlinks in one single and almost like 2-3 days. It got over 619 backlinks, and it got thousands and thousands of shares on social media. So it's really about what people want to read right now. So I hope you have a lot of ideas right now, so you can start building a page before everyone else and establish yourself as the #1 result to get more backlinks and generate more profit. So this is really the path to massive amounts of traffic. So what do you put on the page, right? So if you're interested in figuring out what you put on the page, we're going to be covering exactly that, because without a good page, you could build links all day long and not get the rankings. So now you kind of figure out what people are going to want to write about, and I hope you've gotten a lot of ideas as we're going through of, oh yeah, I could write about this, oh yeah, I could write about this, oh yeah, this is going to be a good thing I could write about. And what the next step is really going to be figuring out how to craft that page and presenting the types of content that people really want to read. So when you get this right, you could almost rank without any links and doing anything else. So how do you create a page that Google loves, rewards, and ranks? Well, that is what I'm going to share with you in the next video of this series. The next video of this series, I'm going to show you how to create a web page that Google absolutely loves and that quickly turns your page into something that ranks with little to no backlinks. So if you're just starting to rank a website, this is going to serve as the foundation for attracting people, attracting links, so you make some sales and you start making money right now. And if you're an experienced SEO, this is really going to help you put all of this stuff into practice for your clients, so you can start impressing and getting better results for your clients. Because at the end of the day, clients absolutely love you if you get them a lot of traffic, right? I'm also going to show you a case study where I use an on-page formula, and I'm going to provide with you a checklist for ranking on Google that you could use as an ongoing reference tool. So I hope you're excited for what's to come. But before we leave today, I want you to leave a comment. Like, what's your biggest challenge when it comes to ranking on Google? What are you facing? I want to know. I read all the comments. I want to know what you think. And also, I'd like to know a bit more about you and your business. So tell me about your website. Tell me the types of traffic increases you would love to get to your website, and how your life would be different if you were ranking in one position of Google for your main keywords, getting all the traffic. How would that impact your life? I would love to know. I'm going to read all the comments. I hope you could leave one right now. So I hope you're going to join me also for the next video, because it's possible for anyone to rank, even if you've never done it before. Breaking down the easy 5 steps formula, which essentially there's 4 steps and then there's a repeat. So I hope next time you'll join me as I release the second video about crafting a page that Google absolutely loves. My name is Eric Lancheres, and I want to see you in the next video. Take care.